Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 75372, the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack. This set includes 215 pieces for the price of $29.99 when it releases on January 1st of 2024. Right off the bat, one thing Clone Wars fans are going to love about this set, getting regular Phase 2 clones, and of course the return of Super Battle Droids, which should include a brand new mold for them. I'll do a quick comparison in this video, even though you might already know what they look like side by side. Too many people have already reviewed this set. If you're watching, thank you so much. But anyways, we're gonna start by talking about the box art. You get that orangey stripe right down the side with your 332nd Trooper to represent the Clone Wars as a whole. Don't know why that's the one that they chose, but it is. It's the one that they've been using since 2020. You get all of your minifigures showcased from the bottom, and I do have to mention the background box art, which I believe we have the planet called Christophesis, which is something that I just think is really cool to see as one of the places that we saw within the actual Clone Wars movie from the very beginning. Definitely something for those keen-eyed Clone Wars fans. From the back side, you'll see your characters interacting in battle, as well as some other looks of the build. So let's open this up. I doubt that there's going to be paper bags in here. Push tabs, not a fan of them. Opening up the box, you get a total of 3 numbered bags, a lot more than I was expecting, and also a lot more instructions than I was expecting as we get 2 of those. For the instructions, it looks like we have one that'll include all of your characters and also some of the smaller builds, and then we have one for the Tri-Droid. From the back of the first one, you get a Rebuild the World advertisement, and from the back of the other one, you'll see a Win robot, piece count 2 pages, and an advertisement for the only 2 LEGO Star Wars sets releasing for January 1st, 2024, the other one being from the Young Jedi Adventures, a 4+ set, which does complete the team to the set that we got over the summer in 2023, but still it's just a little disappointing, this very small wave. For sure, we'll see some more exciting stuff as we move across the rest of the year. Beginning on the clone side of things, we have a clone shock trooper. Now, this is the same exact minifigure that we saw introduced within the 2023 Republic gunship, or Coruscant Guard gunship, with the prints from the bottom of the feet leading up to an unprinted belt, torso print front and back, and also the new print for the helmet, which will have those helmet holes that we've been seeing in the last couple clone sets. Some people are a fan of them, some people are not. There are no accessories included in here to put in these helmet holes, which does bring up the argument, do we need them on all minifigures? Underneath the helmet, you'll find the same exact facial expression you'll see for all the other clones introduced in that 2025 01st Battle Pack. And I did also want to talk about his accessories, one being a small gun, and then the other one being a pair of binoculars, kind of a nod to the original battle pack that they are somewhat trying to recreate in the set that released all the way back in 2007. Alongside the Shock Trooper, we also get, for the first time since I think 2014, 3 regular Phase 2 Clone Troopers. Now, these use the same exact leg and torso prints that we saw introduced for the regular Phase 1 clones, which I don't mind, honestly. It fits the same exact style for all the other ones, but what is new here is the helmet print, which will also have those helmet holes. We'll take a look at the back printing. And we also happen to get the same exact facial expression, no big surprise for this clone minifigure, which you'll find underneath the helmet. And I did also want to note that we get 2 without accessories, and then 1 with the long gun, though I guess you could also give these 2 the small guns that are featured from the very back of the speeder. Saving the exciting stuff for last, we get 2 regular battle droids in this set, one of which with the 2 straight arms, so then you can have one holding a gun on the battlefield. Then one that's a little bit more unique, where we have 2 curved arms, so he could work along with the STAP build, and we also get a clip piece connection from the very back to hold his gun in case you want to also just toss him on the battlefield when the STAP gets destroyed. Ending on a high note, we have the reason why I see many people getting this set in the first place, aside from getting those Phase 2 clones for the first time since 2014. We haven't seen Super Battle Droids since 2015. The original mold had some issues with the clip piece connection snapping. Hopefully this fixes things up, we'll have to wait and see in the years to come, but we do get them in the same exact color as we saw them initially, with brand new molds for the legs, the body, as well as both of the arms, which the arms should be different molds, one for the right and one for the left. Another really interesting thing to note is that they have slimmed him down a little bit. When you look at that face, the original had a bit more of a wider face. This one is a lot more slim. Very pleased with that, and you can also just see a lot of the different indents going down the body. They just really cleaned up the piece, but even so, very pleased with how this guy turned out. You get your clip piece connection from the bottom, as well as for the arms. And I'll spin him around to the back just so then you can see the back side of the mold. And I'll also bring that other one back real quickly just so then you can see the minor differences in the design. And of course we won't get that arm cannon. Maybe one day they'll return. We'll have to wait and see. I've seen a lot of talk around about this possibly being the best clone battle pack that we've ever gotten. Now, I definitely agree with that when it comes to the minifigure selection, but when it comes to the builds, more so the Republic side of things, I'm not really too much of a fan of some of those designs. Definitely the Separatists have something really good going on here. Going small to big, we have for the Republic this tiny box with a jumper plate on top. Now inside this box you will find a communication comm, 1x1 tile print. Very nice to get one of those in this set, I suppose. To go along with the speeder, we also get this small defense post where we get these clip piece connections from the side for the barricade. And you'll also notice that we get a stud gun, or a tile gun in this case. If you don't know how these work, you just press down. And it rolls all the way back to me because it hit the wall. You do happen to get 3 extras, 1 extra for this one, and 2 extras for the speeder bike. Now, one thing that I do have to minorly complain about when it comes to this design is that you can't really stand your minifigure behind it. I wish that there was some studded room so you can stand your minifigure behind this, though of course you can just plop this down on the ground and have them stand behind. Even without that extra step up, it definitely works to try and help protect him, though again, it's just something that I wish they included here. And we also get some extra clip pieces in case you want to put his accessory, just store it there if you want. I guess that's why those are included. Now on to the speeder bike design. This looks like it came out of a 4+ set, in my opinion. It's nice getting the candle pieces, I guess. Flag pieces in that like gray color. Dark red for the Republic. You get 2 regular guns from the back side to make up for all the stud guns that we have. As I said before, 2 stud guns on here, you get 2 extras in case you lose them, and you get your handle to steer the set, and some studded room in order to place your minifigures onto the bike. And as I said, if you want to remove those regular guns and just give them to your regular Phase 2 clones, you can do that. It's nice of them to include them, instead of just more stud guns or tile guns. Was LEGO teasing a new step when it came to the advent calendar? We did get one that was kind of minifigure scale. I definitely think that this is a step up from what they did there, and also you get that dark blue color scheme which we saw mostly within the Clone Wars compared to the prequels, so I definitely appreciate that and think that looks really nice for this vehicle. Another thing I have to appreciate is the lack of stud guns on this thing, which makes me really happy to see the OG guns represented, as well as just having those lightsaber handle pieces for the fake guns. You get a serving hand piece and clip piece connection for the top part of the build, and you also get those bar connections which help along with your battle droid, where we get one that's special to this set in order to put their hands on the vehicle. Works to great effect. Very happy with this build. It just turned out really amazing. The last thing we have to talk about is the Tri-Droid, which I believe this is the second or third time that we've gotten one of these in LEGO form. We have seen one of these in a 212 clone battle pack all the way back in 2014, I believe, though this time we actually have a much nicer color scheme with that gray and dark blue look, which is again that classic Clone Wars color scheme for these vehicles, which I'm really loving in this set. I would love to see an MTT maybe over the summer or something in the same color scheme to go along with this, though of course they might do it in brown again just for the Phantom Menace anniversary, but that's just my opinion of what would be really cool to see. Another thing that's really interesting to see on this set is that we have flick fire missiles, which is something we haven't really seen too much of over the last few years. If you don't know how these work, you just flick, and it goes out into the distance, never to be found again. These you do not get extras of, so be careful where you flick them off to. I also have to note when it came to the previous design, I'm fairly certain that it was on the rotating part, so it's nice that they aren't on the rotating part anymore, so it just makes it easier to shoot these off and not have them knock into one another. Speaking of the rest of the design, I'm pretty sure that this blue piece right here may be a brand new recolor for this set. You get the eyes with the clip piece connections, and more of those fake guns just represented by the stick pieces, and they get tons of posability to help along with this set, which I do really like. All the different angles to make sure that the feet are positioned in the way that you would want them to, and it also helps with standing the thing up. One last thing about the head that I did forget to mention till the very end, though I just have to say this, is the fact that we do happen to get the brain of this thing with an opalescent pink cylinder piece, which I think is really cool that they were able to include that. I'm fairly certain when these explode, they have that pink thing going on inside their brains, so it is really cool that they decided to include that as a reference. Overall, very pleased with the bad guy side of things, a lot more pleased than I am with what we have going on for the Republic. So overall, for $30, I definitely think this is one of the better values that we've gotten for a Clone Wars set in quite some time. It's definitely going to be a popular set for army builders, getting Phase 2 regular clone minifigures, which is something we've been asking for a long time, ignore the helmet holes, and getting the return of those super battle droids, which hopefully we'll start seeing them in more sets and not only just getting regular battle droids, which I've just gotten sick of them over the last few years as really the only enemy to fight for these clones. So it's really great to see something new pop up for once. Speaking of the build side of things, bad guys have something over our good guys in this situation for sure. I really like how they did the Tri-Droid and just the color scheme of those vehicles having that gray and blue color scheme for the Trade Federation. It's just classic Clone Wars, and I would really love to see more of that in the future. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!